Hello and welcome to game number 3 in the Secret League Old World Rookie Rumble number 24 on FUMBBL. This is the first round, the round of 16, the third match, and it's between Solaris's Necrarch team and Townie's Demonsmith team. So let's have a quick look. So over on the Necrarch we have 4 vampires, which are, they have foul appearance, hypnotic gaze on a 3+, regeneration. They're all strength 2, agility 2+, so that's quite scary there for anyone to face, because they have no bloodlust, you notice. Then we've got 2 whites, which are just the standard whites as you would find in Blood Bowl, and then a bunch of thick skull skeletons, so that brings it to 12. And then in the Demonsmith team, it's kind of like Chaos Dwarves, but on a bit more, with a bit more flair. So the Demonsmith here, block, Ironheart Skin, take root, thick skull and very long legs. 2 of those. You've got Harridan with block, frenzy, jump up and thick skull. You've got 1, 2, 3 of those. Then you've got ordinary Chaos Dwarves as they are now. So no tackle, but block, Ironheart Skin and thick skull. And then finally you've got the Ironback Boar, which is a bit, I'd say, it's maybe a little bit like a kind of beer pig kind of thinking on it, but it's movement 7, no hands, horns, Ironheart Skin, sprint, sure feet, and take root as well. But it is strength 4, so whilst it is a boar, it's not quite in the same fashion. It's almost the exact opposite of a beer boar, so ignore what I said completely. Right, let's start the game and see how the 2 teams get on. So the vampires are in, they are kicking to the Demonsmith team. 4 vampires with no bloodlust is absolutely terrifying here. Yeah, so choosing, only 11 players, so it's 11v12, and it's a high kick. So presumably one of the, here we go, one of the Harridans under the ball. Fails the catch, and we're underway. So it's 2 rerolls each at the start of the game. So quite low on rerolls, but with the vampires here not having bloodlust, you don't really need to rely on those rerolls. And all the Demonsmith team here, most of them come with, in fact, no, all of them, bar the boar, come with block. So there's a lot of security in both teams. So maybe less rerolls is okay. So far just a couple of pushes, and we get to see the ball with a blitz, making it a 3D on the skeleton, and there is immediately a Kaz into a regen though, but that is 10 on the field, and the ball safely in the hands of the Demonsmiths. So Solaris here goes for the gaze, gets the gaze. Hypnotic gaze, obviously removing the skills, so there is now no block on this player, so rolls the power anyway. It could have been a blodger, and it wouldn't have made a shred of difference, but obviously with the hypnotic gaze, it removes the skills you have, so you lose things like blodge. Again, getting a knockdown here. Oh, 2 armor breaks. My goodness me, the Demonsmiths here must be feeling a little bit frustrated, as to suffer 2 armor breaks is pretty grim. Hypnotic gaze fails there. Another 2D, a third POW, and a third armor break. 3 stuns. What on earth is happening here? This is absolutely ridiculous. Armor 10+ broken 3 times into 3 stuns. Let's just look at the board before we start here, and all of a sudden these Demonsmiths here with these players all condensed into here, all stunned, they're all going to just be standing next turn. They are really going to have to work hard to stabilize over the next couple of turns in order to score. So rolls the take root, fails the take root, and puts the reroll in. So down to 1 reroll. here because of that take route. Moving in. Hypno Gaze fails there. Is there a hit on the ball? No, oh no, that player was prone, wasn't it? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Rush. There was a hit on the ball if you wanted to take the rushes, but instead, I think the vampires here, feeling that they don't need to be putting the they don't need to be making unnecessary dice rolls. They're looking very much in control of the game at the moment. Chooses not to follow there as well. Doesn't even want to base the ball for the GG. Just happy to keep on going. Hypno gazing galore. All these gazes all over the pitch. Here comes the blitz. Only a push this time. And drops back to cover there. So the vampires really, they've condensed the demon smiths down. And they are very happy to just keep on holding their position and say, right, what are you guys going to do about this? You've had a turn where you've suffered 3 stuns. What are you going to do now? So passes the take route, but only rolls a push on the blitz there. Taking some ground, but looks like the cage is going to be based wherever it ends up. Yeah. Now, with Hypno Gaze here, I can see probably some quite lovely chain pushes. Opens with a 2 dice block with the white there. Is this a Hypno Gaze? It is indeed. There's another 2D. Only pushes again. It's the Hypno Gaze, and it's successful. Not many failures on the Hypno Gazes coming through at this early stage. Interesting to not. Okay, goes for the blitz on this one here. I was thinking that there would be a play on the ball, you know, a chain push somewhere, maybe a move around and a gaze, and then a chain push hit somewhere to try and pop the ball out. But again, I've never played many of these any teams other than the one that I'm playing at the moment in the run. As you'll see from my games, you'll have hopefully watched already my game 1. So yes, that's the only team I've ever played in Secret League. So I'm not quite sure on the tactics, but maybe this is the way to play. Solaris seems to be a very strong coach. So yeah, we will assume that this is a very solid way of playing the Necrarch, and not going in too early, especially with only 2 rerolls. Not going in too early is absolutely fine. So there's a hit on one of the vampires as we speak. No armor break, just a stun. 1D skull. Woof. And no rerolls left, so we've lost the other reroll somewhere. I'm not sure where that was. Finding it hard to follow. So yeah, as I say, guys, you know, if you watched video number 1, you'll have seen this is the first time I'm really kind of delving into doing the replays on FUMBBL. So if there's anything that you'd like me to add, things you'd like you think that I could improve on, please do give me some feedback, and I will endeavour to do them. Hypno Gaze fail there. And a gaze here on the Chorf. Fails, but it's still a 2D there. The gaze just trying to get the icing on the cake in case you roll the double both down, something like this. Okay. And the Harridan just running away. Turn 5 for the Demon Smith, so could bang it in, give a few turns back. But may choose not to. There's quite a lot of pressure, I feel, going to come in here. It might just be that the Demon Smiths felt that they wanted to try and get the score. As we say that, There is a hit there and does not regenerate. So it is going to be 11v11 at the moment. So the bench has gone for the Necroarch there. And a power on a vampire, only a stun, but could be quite useful in terms of the pressure that is about to be placed on the Demon Smiths. Oh! And just like that, we see the Kaz into dead, and you heard there from the organ music, you heard not only do the Demon Smiths lose a player, but in addition to that, gained over here is that same said player. So it's a complete 180 flip there, as the Demon Smiths not only lose a player but give back a bench to the Necroarch. And there is the prime example of the Hypnogaze working, meaning that block no longer works. So you can get in the both down there. Pow on the big guy. On your Demon Smith. Does mean that there is a lot of pressure around here. There's not an easy screen away. So it does look like the Demon Smiths will be banging it in. I would hope that they try for a hit on some things before they do. Yep, there's a hit there. They do have to be careful with no rerolls. This is a little bit scary. The double skulls could cost them dearly, but instead it's all fine and they bang it in, and there is the 1-0. So they are giving a 3-turn back to the Necroarch, and it is going to be 11 versus 10. So the Demon Smiths capped on 10, 11 versus 10. So nice weather is the kickoff. 2 vampires deep, 2 vampires a bit further up. Presumably you can just make a hole with one, run the other one through. There is it is a 3-turn. And sometimes it can be said that a 3-turn is harder than a 2-turn, because you might have the time to move a little side to side rather than just kind of pushing through. But I guess with only movement 6, that problem is maybe removed slightly, because you do need to just get a jog on down the pitch. Hypnotic Gaze fails, so the white is not able to maximise that both down. The vampire just moves up the board. And then we take some additional hits here. Push, not following. Covering that side there, that's good. A Hypnogaze here, I'd assume. No, instead goes to the block first. Okay. And then just a move from the vampire to tuck in there. So clearly a push down this right-hand side of the pitch by the Necroarch, so at least the Demon Smiths know what is going on. So they are basing up, they're shoring up some of the positions. I would imagine we see possibly a boar blitz here, with it being strength 4. Okay, do worry about possibly a bit too much of an overcommittal on this side. Oh, and there is the take root on the boar. Meaning that side of while I was saying that this side of the pitch might look a little weaker, actually with that route happening there, this right hand side has really opened up again. So yes, it will be interesting to see what happens here. It's a blitz, dodge blitz to surf the Chaos Dwarf here. Gets the knockdown. The Ironhard skin can't save you from the crowd. It's still a straight injury roll, but in this occasion it was fine. Rushing, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, rush, rush. So the vampire holding the ball is a scoring threat themselves. And then covering the final gap, maybe? No, leaves the back open there. But I guess the movement isn't great. And the Chaos Dwarves respond by killing their own player there who regenerates. I think that was their own one. Where was their one? And a KO as well. So, final turn for the vampires. 5+ Hypno Gaze. Good shot there. Still 2 rerolls for the vampires. So they just need the gaze or the knockdown here. They get it. And now it's just a couple of 2+s with reroll for the score. There's the first one. And there is the second one. And it is 1-1 going into the second half. Oh, it was the one that was KO'd. Was their one. That's why I couldn't see it. So their player KO'd the one that got raised from the dead. It is 11v10, but very much in the vampires' hands to take this going forward. Officious ref. Oh, hits one of the vampires on the Necrarch team. So of all the players, if you're a Demon Smith fan here, that is what you're wanting to see. Knockdown there. The armor of the Demon Smith seems to be holding a lot more since that first turn, where those 3 stuns came in. Here's a blitz. You are certainly favouring the Demon Smiths though at the moment, with the favouring the Necrarch over the Demon Smiths at the moment, with the score being 1-1. The ball is deep in the backfield, and the fastest player on the Demon Smith team has no hands. So that makes sense as to why there is no picking the ball up yet. Can't capitalise on the Hypno Gaze there, but does get the ball in hand and just decides to sit in the backfield and say, right, if you want the ball, you're going to have to come to me and get it. So basing up here from the Chorfs. Will we see the pig blitz and run through the middle in between the 2 Chorfs? So recovers from the Hypno Gaze and follows there. I think this is the play, yeah. Through the middle, looking for the POW. Gets the POW, follows up. Yeah, and all of a sudden you've got this giant ironback boar descending upon you with the sprint and the sure feet needed, basing the vampire, and that is a scene there on the pitch in front of us right now. That is fantastic to see. So the ball has been based. It's only a 1D blitz here. I wonder whether Solaris knew that it was a strength 4 piece. Perhaps he did. Perhaps he didn't. Perhaps he just thought about the horns and thought that's why everything was a 2D. We won't know. But you would imagine then that this will be a dodge off rather than another 1D with the ball. Even though the ball has no hands. Okay, dropping back. Hypno Gaze fails, so maybe this is another hit with the ball now. It's made a 2D. It is indeed. And no follow for obvious reasons. More pushes. It's a turn of pushes. And a dodge there to complete the turn, just to get a bit more of a screen. And it's back to the Demon Smith. So, take root there. Decides not to re-roll. Only got 2 re-rolls, and remember this does have an overtime format. So if the score is tied at the end of regulation time, you will be going to an overtime format. So with both teams only having 2 re-rolls, re-roll. Oh, and there was another take root, but decides that he cannot have 2 of his 3 players with the take root trait. He decides that he cannot have them based, and the foul appearance firing on the vampire, which is the reason for the team name Dead and Not Sexy. Foul appearance popping is huge. Hypno Gaze, even though it needed a 5, rolled the 5, gets the knockdown, can then drop back for the 2D on the ball. Just a push, can go again with another 2D on the ball. Makes this one the blitz. gets the knockdown, and then follows through to keep that Chorf covered in case of failure to knock down, which is what happens. Vampire moves up this side here, where the rooted Demon Smith is. Does make sense, even though there is a risk that you get pushed into that by having this unresponsive piece here. It means that you can maybe pull people over and then switch through, or you can go down this side, knowing that as long as you stay a square away, or you run down the sideline here, you can't get pushed into that piece, and nothing can change that with the teams they have. Gets the knockdown. So these two players over here quite isolated. Blitzes with the boar again. Only a push this time. Dropping in. Okay. And a 1D skull, and cannot re-roll. Decides to save the second very important re-roll. Cannot re-roll it. 2D blitz on the boar. Into another 2D if needed, but doesn't need it as the boars don't have block. And here it looks like there is a little diagonal maybe shaping up. Because you can just walk through. Oh, goes for the handoff. Very nice. Runs this vampire through, and all of a sudden, things are looking Gucci. Cool beans. Little bit of a screen here. Gets the knockdown on the Chorf. Very nice. This one here is a little bit of a threat, I would say. Does not put the dodging 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rush. Ah, okay, so perfectly out of range there. But can get the base. Oh, there was a double skull. There was a double skull. It's been perfectly measured by the Necrarch that the ball can only get tagged at worst. Although there was a dodge here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There was a dodge here. Could have taken the 1D here and then done the blitz here. Cannot activate this guy. I think I would have quite liked, now I see that, I think I would have quite liked that, tag here, 1D here, and then blitz here. I think that was the play. I think maybe the Demon Smiths missed that play, because the 1D here just frees that route up for a mere 3+ dodge. Instead, the Necrarch are running away with this deep into the opposition half. Oh, and as I say that, I was going to say there is a reroll there and no rerolls for the Demon Smiths, but now it is 0 rerolls apiece. All the drama happening. Gets the knockdown here. Looks like another stall, another turn of stalling on the cards. It's going to take a lot for the Necrarch, and instead the Demon Smith decides to take the double both down rather than the push on that occasion there. So looks like the Demon Smiths are saying, "Yep, we think you've got this one in the bag." And then here, this player. Not a concern, but the one that you need to knock down. Hypnotic Gaze here. Gets the gaze. The gazes have been absolutely phenomenal this game. You feel that with all those gazes being so successful, the Demon Smiths didn't really stand a chance. And there was a handoff there to the vampire with 3 SPP already. So able to get the level on this vampire here. Presumably dodge is a skill you'd be wanting to look at with these vampires being Agi 2. And the Hypno Gaze, you've got the dodge to make the Hypno Gaze option, or for carrying the ball. Couple of 2Ds around. Declares the blitz, but knows it can't reach. Oh, can reach with jump up. Oh, blimey. Oh, Blimey, I've completely forgotten the jump up, and possibly Solaris did as well. Wow, what a play. What a play there from the Demon Smiths. I mentioned it at the start, didn't I? Block, frenzy, jump up, thick skull. But there, the jump up coming into play, the vampires could have been safer, and instead we've had the 1D POW into stun, into ball on the floor, and 2 turns to go, and the game has suddenly sprung back to life. 1D into 1D here. Wow, wow, wow. A little misplay there from Solaris, it looks like. How are the Necrarch going to get through this? They're going to go with a dodge. Fail the dodge. Unbelievable scenes. Unbelievable scenes. So, the Demon Smiths can't score. They have no scoring threat. For next turn, even if they get everything moving, unless you get this Chorf down. Maybe you do take the Chorf down right at the end of the turn. No, instead decides to blitz back here. Double rush for the blitz. No knockdown. Wanted to free this guy up. Oh, foul appearance saves the potential surf. Onto the ball. Ball scatters out of the tackle zones, and now all you've got is a hypnotic gaze here. Gaze fails, and it's just a 2+2+. 2+2+, and just like that, out of nowhere, the Demon Smiths caught the Necrarch on the flat foot with that beautiful jump up play. Nearly surfed a vampire, but the foul appearance kicking in at the right moment there, and the vampires were able to make the 2+2+ to get the 2-1. There is no additional turn. Instead, it is pitch invasion at the back here. So it is going to be Solaris and their Necrarch going through to the quarterfinals, and the Demon Smiths will leave the Old World Rookie Rumble 24 in the first round. What a game. What a game. And there we have it. So congratulations, Solaris and the Necrarch, and commiserations, Townie and the Demon Smith there. If you enjoyed the video, do not forget to smash the like and subscribe buttons, please. And we'll be back with more replays from the Old World Rookie Rumble 24 in the FUMBBL Secret League on FUMBBL. We'll be back very soon. Bye now.